It is mad, in it really, and quite entrepreneurial. I think they just think, man, there's companies that just sell water and people we buy them.
Yeah. You know, it's mad because I work for a fucking water company now,
You
just
do?
doing IT. Yeah, yeah, cheers. But just doing IT. But I was
No, but
walking.
what do you mean? Hold on. I didn't actually know it was
Oh,
what company that you work for real.
yeah, South Staffordshire.
Oh, I had no idea that it was them.
Yeah, South Staff's water.
I
Yeah,
had no idea.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, obviously one of the biggest fucking water companies in the country. And I was just walking down some corridors the other day and was just eavesdropping this guy talking about water. But apparently, some people switched their water provider because depending where the water provider is in the country, the tap water will actually taste different. I never
What?
fucking considered that. I just thought water's coming through pipes to my house. But like, apparently, this company will have a different water source to this company, so the fucking tap water can be of better or worse
I,
quality.
I was speaking to someone about this the other day because they were informing me of this and different types of water. I think it's called hard water.
Yeah,
That's
hard
like
water's bad.
yeah, like the classification of it. And I never even heard of like hard water as a sentence. And then I looked up the area I live and what like my tap water in my area would be classed as, and I am under the hard water category. I don't drink tap water anyway, but I still fucking shower and everything in it. But yeah, I didn't even know and or even bother to look it up recently. There's like different variations of water. I know like like you've said it before and you've shown me like yeah, like my water here ain't great. Got like Hiron where he lives, like he hates his tap water, it's gross. So I was aware that other areas get different flavored tap water. So I assumed it was going through different form of pipes in that area for them to make them taste that way. But yeah, I didn't know there was like actual classifications of it and stuff like that. There was titles for that thing.
Yeah, I think it's fucking cool though how nature just, if water comes from up a mountain, it just slowly gets filtered all the way down and it's drinkable at the bottom. That's fucking cool.
Unless you're in about the sea and you gotta drink that.
Yeah, but that ain't coming from the top of a mountain, is it?
No, but it's coming from like the clouds and getting evaporated up from different parts of the earth. You know what I mean? It's all from the
Yeah,
earth
true.
in a sense as
But
well.
like a natural spring from the top of a mountain.
We did it. We went
That's
up
cool.
Ben Nevis, if you remember.
Yeah, we did. Little
Yeah,
handful of fucking
yeah, we went up there and was like,
yeah.
oh, that's proper refreshing. That is. Yeah, I am into that. I ain't really, I wouldn't really say I'm a nature person. Like I hate camping and that type of stuff. But when I'm in it like that, and there's like a nice waterfall or a spring, like I am like, oh, let me like feel that on my body type of thing. Like let me like be one
Yeah,
with nature, if you will. Um, I do think it's like as someone who isn't like very hippy dippy or I'm kind of spiritualistic in some ways and that, but I do believe that doing stuff like that because that's what we're evolved from. That it does do something for you. Like you do need to sort of touch nature in some form of fashion in some way, like for your body, for your
yeah.
DNA, for your good. Like that's why people go out there and hunt. Like I'd hunt if it was like starve to death or fucking kill a neighbor's dog. But I hate animal violence. Like it's the worst part in like horror movies and stuff is like seeing a dog die and like there's videos out there of dogs being tortured and shit, and like I would never watch them. I won't watch like normal humans either. You know what I mean? But people will watch and laugh at like beheadings and stuff. But once it's
You
an
know those
go
you
on.
know those videos like all I did was skip 10 seconds. You've just yeah, I love natural spring water. There's videos of there. There've been dogs being
Yeah,
tortured.
yeah, but that's exactly what this podcast is set up for, though, because this is what our chats are like. But yeah, yeah, I can't watch any animal violence and that. But if it come down to like hunting and there was just dogs in my neighborhood and I was starving, them dogs are fucking dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not like above hunting for survival, but I do feel kind of weird about. I don't know if I could go hunting because if I was in a scenario and I had like a fucking sniper and it was like, oh, there's a little bunny there, shoot that. I'd be like, oh man, I don't want to shoot a bunny. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah.
it was life or death for me, and I feel like I could justify it by like, I've got to survive type of thing, but to just do that, but again, no, like that is going back to our roots, and that's maybe their way of like getting back to feeling that old primal DNA come out. But
That's
that's what
that's um that's how I ended up killing that guy in that lift
it's
because we were
true.
stuck in a lift. Yeah, I had to eat, man. We was in there for like fucking
How,
4 hours.
quick
Yeah.
do you think you would go into fuck? There's been an EMP. the world's in a blackout. It's every man for themselves. How quick do you snap to cannibalism and think, fuck this, everyone's dead?
I might just stock up early, man. Have a little back pile. You know what I mean?
I,
Before I'm even
I,
hungry, like I'm still full on breakfast, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to stock up for later.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
kill
know.
Keith from
I don't think
downstairs.
I'd want to be one of those survivors, like Fallout, when all the nukes are gone off and the surface is like too radiated to be on there. And then
Yeah.
with the things that are there, like super mutants or like, sludge monsters and shit. And then you're in like a vault. And I think I'd rather the nuke it just took me out than live in that world, man, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll be downstairs fucking killing Keith, my neighbour, and he'd still be chatting to me while I'm fucking pulling his legs up.
Yeah, like I do, like his teeth are just always on top of him.
Yeah.
Or fucking Futurama, like his head's in a jar or something, man.
Yeah. Old bastard.
I wonder how close in history and even today, like we've been to that like point, man, where like we're like, fuck, this could that almost cause the whole planet to just go back, like evolutionary wise. Like we would have gone back to no technology, every man killing each other, like proper caveman days, man. I wonder how close we've been to
You ever heard
hit
of you ever heard of the like mistaken missile launch
the Cuban Missile Crisis thing.
that Russia detected?
There was one with Cuba as well, where like it's notified them that the nukes had been sent.
Yeah, this was. I don't think I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this was a Russia one. But obviously, because all the biggest countries in the world have satellites just perfectly tracked above certain countries. So like Russia will have a satellite that just sits and tracks America perfectly to their missile site. So if they do launch a missile, Russia knows within a tenth of a second because it's just being tracked. And there was some mad fucking like solar flare or some kind of fucking light mix up or something, and Russia got alerted that a missile just was on the way to him. But apparently, the guy that was just in control of tracking it and monitoring that system, he just had a bit of doubt that it. He just thought, "Oh, this is just out of nowhere. This can't be a real fucking missile launch." So he actually looked into it and found that it was like a fucking some solar flare or something. So he didn't strike back, but if that was a mad bastard, he could have gone, fuck, they've struck, and then pressed the button themselves.
The
And then
story I
Americans were
know
like,
is that
fuck.
story, but I wasn't sure if it was Russian. But yeah, like it's the same. Unless that's happened twice, which I don't know. It could have, but
And
um,
Cuba, like, right on America. I don't think that would.
no, it was something. Yeah, where the scenario where a guy basically got notified that a fucking missile, a nuke was coming in, and he could have thought, "Fuck, let's press the button." Then he didn't. He was like, "I'm sure this is a false alarm," and he waited a few seconds, and then the false alarm came in, and it's like, if that dude just fucking thought, "Fuck it," like that could have been it, but
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Russian thing. I thought it was something to do with Cuba for some reason. I know Cuban
Even
Missile
crazier.
Crisis is something. I don't know if it's that in particular, but I thought it was something to do with Cuba for some reason.
Good fucking smoke. Remembering that guy in Budapest.
Yeah, I do remember. Good
Yeah.
fucking smart. I didn't like how he said that because I feel like he was trying to be too in with us, man.
Yeah, like one of the lads,
Yeah,
Charlie.
yeah, Charlie. Yeah, should we talk about Spider Man? We went and saw that this week.
Sure,
Let's have a
man.
little chat about Spider Man. It's been a few days. This is the brand new home, so if you're listening, watching, and you haven't seen the latest Spider Man, it's going to be very spoiled. It's not really going to be a play by play. It's just moments I liked and just your questions on certain shit. But yeah, so maybe watch that if you don't care about getting spoiled, fucking listen. But what
Seeing a lot of chatter about his figure. People saying that it's unrealistic that he's jumped to it from the last movie, but I
it's
think
been
it tracks
years.
pretty steady, yeah.
It's
It's
been
been a
years,
few
and
years.
we're on about Marvel here. Like they get those Marvel surgeons that give you that, or doctors, whatever, that give you that cheeky needle, probably, and then you can jack up in like 3 or 4 months. Like they get the
He
best
look
nutritionists and all sorts.
He looks pretty natural to me though. Like if you track his body from the first Spider-Man film to now, like it's been a good fucking 10 years. I'm sure he could have pulled that off. You know what I
But no one says fuck all about Thor.
mean? Yeah,
His arms are the biggest arms ever, and like he's a big dude, Chris Hemsworth. So there's an element of genetics there, but you think he's fucking natural? No way.
yeah. I do like his fucking body. It's annoying, but but yeah, the film I
Yeah,
really fucking
he
enjoyed it.
did get jacked for this, and I don't know if it was intentional because the first three trilogy, I guess, is in high school, just coming out of high school. I think in the third one, maybe in college, and he's meant to be a teenager there, although he's still like athletic and fit because he's still Spider-Man, which he was. And now he's like a man, he's rented it's the part of Spider-Man that people enjoy the most, where he's like in a shit apartment struggling. People like it when Spider-Man's struggling because that's the best version of Spider-Man. And he's that now. So he is the man, he's putting the man in the Spider-Man. Before he was a Spider teenager, really. But now he's becoming Spider-Man. So, jack him up a bit. You know what I mean? He's a man now, and I feel like he looked the part. Like he did look like he don't look as much as a teenager anymore. He looked like he was, an adult, and he was a bit fucking wham. So I don't know if that was
Yeah.
like in like on purpose, or he just thought I am a man, and him putting that much work in just makes him look that fucking jacked. You know what I mean? Like he's ripped. To be fair to him.
Yeah, it's got to be awkward, is it? Like wanting to work on your own personal body and appearance, but you have to kind of stick to a character as well, without being too unrealistically changed, like fucking Mother's Milk, where he just got so skinny. He's like a thick fucking guy in the first season.
Yeah. Or what fucking thing he did to her face, Starlight.
Oh dear.
I'll listen to Sir Tom Welling. We'll bounce back and forth on Spider-Man. We'll get into little tangents, but Tom Welling, who played Superman, Clark Kent in Smallville, he does like a podcast and stuff now, and he was talking about because he was like on that show for 10 years. Well, it's more into like 12, like 10. They did 10 seasons, like 12 seasons of your life. He couldn't really go on holiday properly anywhere because you can't get too tan because Superman doesn't tan. You know what I mean? So like stuff like that, he's got to keep his hair pretty much the same, and like no tattoos really. Like that's like 10 years of your life. That if you are someone that wants to get tattoos and do stuff and whatever, like that's you're putting your life on hold. Obviously, it's different because you're getting paid fucking millions and you're getting famous and that. So it ain't like a boo-hoo, you know what I mean, for these people. But it is crazy to think like, yeah, you do kind of have to sacrifice some things to be that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it when they acknowledge changes in a show. Like, let's just work it in. If someone got tattoos or whatever, you could work it in and say, yeah, like I got these a couple of years ago. Or if someone's lost some weight or got muscly, like work it into the script that they just talk about. Oh, I've been on this journey or whatever. Or you end up with a fucking Henry Cavill in fucking Superman with the awkward beard CGI, don't you?
That was in the Justice League film. That was
Yeah,
when he had that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's
It's all
Well,
in that.
I thought he nailed the look and the part. I feel like he always has. He's my favorite Spider-Man. Um, I know a lot of people from my generation say Tobey Maguire because it's the OG and the genuinely good films still. To be fair, like even the Spider-Man films, but I never felt he like Tobey Maguire fit like the look of Peter Parker to me. Like I felt like he was already too much of a man, not a
Yeah,
young teenager. I never felt he nailed that look for me, but I liked him still as Spider-Man. I still do. I liked Andrew Garfield more because he did hit more of those points for me. But I think Tom Holland, since the beginning, as soon as he got cast, I was like, that dude's Spider-Man. Like when he first got announced to be in Civil War, and I saw like just who he was, like just a little kid, and that I was like, that's fucking Spider-Man right there. Like he looks like him, and then the way he nails him, like the quips, the stances, like the sort of just landing on a building, the way he lands, and like as his arms, like his posture, and he looks like he's drawn right out of a fucking comic. I think he's class. I think he's the perfect Spider-Man. So I'm glad they got him young, and I'm glad I hope they just use him for years and years and years if he's up for
yeah,
doing it, man, because he's perfect.
yeah. I think Tobey Maguire's. It's hard to look past him because it's just such nostalgia now because he's the original. But I do think he was a little bit too old for it, maybe because he's not a college kid. And
No,
then yeah, Andrew Garfield was just lovable, and he did pass for a school kid. I think Garfield had the best little sarcastic like Spider-Man cocky quips. I think
you
he had
think?
the best. Yeah, it's like, oh no, knives my biggest weakness, like stuff like that, like small knives.
Yeah,
Like I think he was the because he's funny anyway in real life, but yeah, I think he fit the bill for the best like sarcastic side of it. But yeah, I think
yeah,
Holland's just more convincing as because the first film he's meant to be 14 and he does look like a little kid in that, and he
yeah.
does pass for unconfident and like nervous and stuff, fucking learning his new powers and shit.
But the
Yeah.
studios love him as well because he's dead committed. Obviously, look how jacked he gets, and he loves Spider Man and all those flips and stuff. He does all himself. Like he does all his own stunts and that, and they probably love that. Like, apparently, what I've heard him talk about it, and one of the big things about the audition is that he just went, "Oh, do you want me to enter this scene doing a backflip?" And they went, "You can do that," and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay." And he said he did like multiple takes, and he just did a backflip every scene. He said he reckons that was like a big factor in why he got hired by Marvel for it, and they must love that man. Someone like I bet the studios love Tom Cruise in a way, don't they? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're just gonna do that, bro? Okay,
Yeah, but I gotta pay no one.
yeah, but imagine him dying though, doing it on your set, though, man. It's also gonna be fucking nerve wracking. Like, oh, you're gonna do what? Fucking hell, all right, and Tom, you sure about this, mate?
Just gotta pay 100 mil if he breaks his wrist.
Yeah, but yeah, as a film, where you're writing it, let's say compare it to the other trilogy, where it is for you in the order of best to worst, whatever, and then like out of 10, let's say as a film, where you're ranking it.
So the series, rank the series first. I say
You ain't got to put them in like in all order, but like just say like, oh, it's third for me, and thingy's
no.
2 and 1 or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say Holland's one. Just like Holland Spider Man's first, like top of
I
the
meant
list.
these his films, like Tom Holland's films. Like, where's the new one ranking the trilogy? Like, where's this
Oh,
one
okay.
for you?
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. It might be the best, man. Yeah, I fucking enjoyed it. I'm trying to think what the other one was. There was.
The one with Andrew Garfield and Tom Maguire was
Oh yeah,
No Way
that's hard
Home.
to beat that one.
Far
It
From
might
Home
no,
was with Mysterio, and the first one was
yeah,
Where He Fights Vulture.
yeah, it might be second then. I think this latest one might be second. I think the three boys in the top, like that might be the top one. It's hard to beat that. And mainly he fucking acted well in that one, man. When he's like when Aunt May dies, and then when he's fucking fighting Green Goblin at the end,
Yeah.
like he acted his ass off in that, man.
I see a lot of people say that he's a flat actor.
I
I
saw that.
I disagree. Like, maybe in other films, I ain't really seen him in much other films. Apparently, he's quite good in the Odyssey when he's in it. Um, so I've only really ever like got exposure to him from Spider Man, and I've seen like clips of his other films, and people say like, "Oh, he's such a bad actor," and like maybe he does look a little flat, or maybe the people that he's acting with or against, if you will, are just outshining him. But when he is Spider Man, like, yeah, when there's like, the whole Green Goblin thing, and Aunt May, and even just like in this one, when there's like stuff with MJ, like there's some emotional moments in it where like he looks fucking distraught. Like that one where like he's just after the MJ thing and he's just swinging in the rain and he's like crying and he's fucking just. I was like, damn, like that's fucking, and even like in a good emotional way where he said we're just going to jump around like at the end, towards the end, when he's in the crowd and they're all shouting like the love for Spider-Man. He's like taking it all in. He's like, oh man, like people love me, and like seeing like Spider-Man like get appreciation from like his city. Like I feel like he sells those emotional moments really well. Like I think he's a good actor, but
Yeah,
maybe he's just only good in Spider-Man films. I don't know.
yeah. Especially I think in the third one where he's like trapped in a building, ain't he? And he's got to fucking do a push up to get it off him.
Yeah, in the
He's like
first one, yeah.
screaming and grunting to try and get it off.
He's
Like,
like, "Come on, Spider-Man!" He's like shouting to
yeah,
himself. Yeah, that's a fucking cool
yeah.
scene.
And yeah, man, he fucking now he's got depth, man. He sells the emotion to me. And
Yeah,
not once really do I watch his films and think because I'll get pulled out if I get pulled out of a film and I think like, oh, I start imagining where the cameras would be and like what actors looking where and what the actors thinking. But if I get sucked into where I'll just think what Spider-Man thinking, you know what I mean? I'm not watching it as a casted film. I'm watching it as a real life thing,
yeah,
and that's when I know I've been sold well.
yeah. When it's immersed you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was good. I've seen criticism online that kind of agrees with mine. Like I really loved it. I love Spider-Man films. I don't think it was a perfect film. Like I didn't like I didn't like how much sort of a bastard Jean Grey was because that's not Jean Grey in a sense. Like she was just the stuff she did to torture Spider-Man, and she even let that dude get hit by a fucking car. Like she might have even killed people, and that's not Jean Grey's character. She doesn't do that, so I didn't like that aspect of it. But then sort of thought maybe that's the version that she'd be if she wasn't under Charles Xavier and the X-Men sort of wing, because she hasn't found them yet in this Universal movie, so she hasn't had that sort of guidance. So maybe that proves how good Charles Xavier is, because maybe without him and his guidance, that these people with mutant powers would be fucking horrible bastards. So like you can make an argument for that. So I can see that. And there weren't really like a real villain. Like the villains that they sold in the trailer, like obviously the Hulk was gonna do some shit. He did, which was good. I loved it. But then it weren't like, oh, he weren't the villain. The Punisher weren't really the villain. They showed a lot in the trailer that Scorpion was going to be like much bigger than he is. He was only in it for a few seconds, and it technically weren't him. He was like
Yeah.
mind controlled. So I was like, oh yeah, they weren't really like a bad guy. And I was like, I feel like I've had the wall pulled over my eyes a little bit. Still loved it because there's some concepts that I love, like the inhibitor that Spider-Man creates, and going to Bruce Banner and saying, you know, is anything that I could control sort of mutant DNA with? And then he's like, careful though, you don't want to unleash that because that's a dangerous fucking thing. And then like in the main big X-Men universe, those are things where like people use mutants as slaves and like whack that collar on them, whatever, and then they just don't pose. They show it even in Deadpool when he's put in prison. They put those things and like to be like, oh, they've made Spider-Man slash Peter Parker be like the reason for that technology existing in that universe. Like that's gonna haunt him as well. And like that's a cool sort of moment to be like Spider-Man kind of made that. It's kind of like Oppenheimer making the nuclear bomb. You know what I mean? It's an amazing discovery because it helps with so many things, but it's also caused a lot of fucking shit. Like I kind of like that they gave that to Spider-Man. I was like, oh, he's gonna, because that's I know I was like that's gonna torture him as like a good person. I like that, but yeah, I didn't like that there was like a full-on real bad guy. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I like I like the scenes with him and Bruce fucking talking like deep fucking clever science stuff.
me
I don't
too.
think that's in there enough. I like to see him being like a really clever kid because he's
He
fucking
is.
smart.
Yeah,
But I don't think they give that enough to his character.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, I would like to see it. It's same as Batman. Like Batman is like meant to be the world's greatest detective, but in any of the films, they never let him show his intelligence. They never let Batman solving like crimes or like you never see. You just think he's just a fucking dude in a batsuit that can beat people up, but he's super smart and figures everything out. Like, you know, that's how he apparently beats Superman every time because he's Batman and he's got the best brain, whatever. Like, which I hate that as an argument. Like, fucking Superman ain't got super fucking brain. You know what I mean? Like, it pisses
Yeah.
me off. But yeah, it's the same. They never really show in this TV shows and stuff. They do show Peter Parker's intelligence more, and the games. Like he's in the lab quite a lot, and he's helping Doctor Octavius with his fucking technology and shit. But yeah, I like it when they make him like really nerdy and smart because he is. He's a super smart kid. You know what I mean? Like I do like it when they touch on that as well.
Yeah. Um fuck, I had a fucking thought right then as you were talking. But it's just fucking it's rolled away. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I like them smart moments with him because, like I say, he invented his own fucking web shooters and that kind of thing. And I like to see the little fucking the clever side of his character because that's what he's meant to be, like a little nerdy kid.
Yeah, the Hulk being in it was fucking cool though. His scene was cool when he was like proper out. Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Hey, they're going back to Savage Hulk though." And I thought, oh, they've
Yeah,
only put him in this to sort of undo, like, oh yeah, we kind of want the Hulk back for a little bit because people like that. So I was like, they're just gonna bring him back and do it in the Spider-Man film. And I thought it was gonna be like forced and a bit like, ah, I see what you're doing. But they actually did it in a way when I'm like, okay, you clever fuckers, I see what you're doing there.
and you know what though, I do see the fucking like the Bruce Hulk, like the Banner Hulk, and it does my head in a bit. I'm like, man, I don't want this little soft Hulk man, like halfway, half man. So
Yeah.
then when it became full Hulk and he fucking grew an extra like 3 foot, I was like, oh, sick, like proper Hulk, like fucking
Yeah,
hard
because
Hulk.
Spider was like, "Oh, didn't know you could get that big Bruce," and he just goes, just fucking have him.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
class. Yeah, I like me some classic Hulk. It's good that they've
yeah,
managed to figure out a way to bring him back without feeling too forced. But this is what I mean. This is why, like, with Doomsday, I don't like that it's Robert Downey Jr. When he got announced, I was like, ah, this feels desperate, man, because obviously Marvel wasn't doing Marvel much better now, but there was a bit of a dip at one point when they started announcing all this, and I was like, ah, I don't know, man, this feels desperate. But now, like, I said at the time it's either going to be a desperate move or it's a stroke of genius, and they've got something fucking cooking up in the pipeline. And I do doubt them at times because they've proved like they didn't really nail that or whatever in recent history, but they have nailed it for many other things. So I don't know why. It's like obviously recency bias, but you still got to believe that they can just cook up something fucking sick because look what they've produced. And I am thinking like, oh, I might not like the idea of the Robert Downey Jr. because it seems desperate, whatever. But what about if they are doing something fucking clever and smart with it? I'm like, you fuckers, man. Like I'd actually see that coming. You know
What
what I
if
mean?
what if it's something like fucking Tony Stark when he fucking clicked, he like went back in time with all the gauntlet and became Doctor Doom to go forward, and he ain't really the villain. He's like a good guy, and he's going to help us do something. Like, is that too cheesy for you?
I'd hate it. I don't want any recognition or anything of that it's like Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. I don't want to take his mask off because Doctor Doom doesn't. I know he's gonna because Robert Downey Jr. is earning millions. Even at the end of fucking Fantastic Four, you kind of see that he's like masks off, which Doom never does. I don't want a cheesy Spider-Man punching him, his mask half cracks, and he's like Tony, and that I don't want that moment. I don't want it to be some. I don't want it to be a Tony Stark variant. I don't want that because that's not Doctor Doom to me. I want Victor Von Doom. I don't want a Tony Stark variant or some timeline shit. I want Doctor Doom. And like I'm happy to take it on the chin for some things like Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four not being the dude. And like, like I'm a big fan of Silver Surfer. And I like him when he's portrayed like the dude. I like his design. It's who I know. It's the character I love. So when it was cast as a woman, I was like, I still liked it because you can change his story. It doesn't really matter what sex he is really in his origin story. But I like the version of Silver Surfer that I like. But they portrayed it well, and I was like, yeah, it ain't the Silver Surfer that I would want in my film. But it did a good enough job. It's the same with Reed Richards being Fingo. His fucking name.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Um,
Intro.
yeah, like he's not the Miss like Reed Richards Mr. Fantastic to me again. But I watched it and I liked him as it and he's great in it, but he's not my pick. But I can take it on the chin for stuff like that. But yeah, I can't have too much change in like a Doctor Doom, like a big. It's like if they changed Thanos, like in a way they did, but they did it better because his motivation in the film was no one's gonna be grateful because I'm gonna have to like snap off of all living things. But the ones that will remain will eventually be grateful because, I went and did the work. Like they even said like, oh, what are you gonna do? And he was like, oh, I'm gonna rest on an ungrateful universe or whatever he says. Like, so I can understand the motivation compared to like the comic version. He literally did all that just to prove that he's the big bollocks to fuck a character called Lady Death. That's why he did it in the comics. So like I can see that version being better. But yeah, Victor Von Doom, he's a cool character. Like I feel like not doing him properly, you're doing a massive, massive like injustice to his character because he's such a cool character, man. I don't think people
Like
know
you say,
much about him either.
yeah. I don't. I know he's the metal geezer from the original fucking Fantastic Four. But like you say, if we do see Downey Jr. as him, are we pretending it's not him, or are we acknowledging it's
That's why
him?
I don't want any face. I wanted to keep his mask on and just be a voice. And like I see the argument like, well, why would Robert Downey Jr. come on just for that role? But yeah, that's what worries me because obviously they're paying him a lot of fucking money. Um, so yeah, yeah, I don't know. Mark's put in the chat is the universe where Stark is Doom. Not really, kind of. There's ones where like they've been stuck in like timelines and stuff together, and they've like helped each other, sort of get stuff. Like there's been times where the friends. There's been like some weird iteration where there's some timeline shit, but not really. I feel like that's like a big misconception in the thing as well. But yeah, I don't want any of that. Like I'm not even that happy that like Captain America's back because I know it's again it feels like a desperate thing with that as well. Like, and apparently he's gonna be maybe a bad guy called Nomad. It's like I don't want him as that either. Like I don't want just stop bringing him back to be other characters. Like, but I want Doctor Doom, man. Like he's one of the coolest characters because I mean, Thanos is pretty cool. They made him much better than he is in like the comics, really. But like, you know, he's an in-depth character, and there's a lot to him and stuff like that. And like, he believes what he's doing is for the good, and it's kind of like Doctor Doom, but he's super, 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 super intelligent. Like the second smartest man in the universe, next to Reed Richards, which he hates because he always just seems to best him every single time. But Doctor Doom is like he's super fucking smart. Like he's super powerful. Like, he's got such a cool story, and I just think if you're not gonna do it, then like one of your best characters are kind of getting left out. And like I said, you don't know much about him. You just know him as the Metal Dude from Fantastic Four, but that's such a shame because he's cooler than Thanos. You know what I mean? And people think Thanos is
Yeah.
like the fucking cool, but
Thing is, as
yeah,
well, fucking the build up to Thanos as well. Like, it must have took fucking 7, 8 years to actually finally see Thanos. Like, first introduction to him was just some big guy, like his hand on a TV or something, like a projector, fucking like through a fucking Teams meeting or something, and then fucking a bit later, he was like, there's a little shot of the back of his head and the side of his face, and you're like, man, who is this big cunt? And then it took years and like 10 films to finally actually see him come through, and you're like, oh shit, this guy that everyone fears is finally here. It feels like Doom's just going to be chucked in, and I know the Kang arc fucked everything, but
massively, yeah.
I like that big build up to him, man, because it put more anticipation on him.
Yeah, I do agree, and I've seen that argument. I've saw like Kevin Feige, who's like obviously all the big guy behind it all, say that, and he said, "But was there much of a build up?" Like I think he said like the build up. He was in like this end credit scene for this. I think the build up of Thanos showing and talk was like a minute and 30 seconds long or something. And he was like, people talk about his big build up because obviously it felt like it after years, but it weren't that much of a fucking build up really in hindsight, but it just feels that way. And I can see that argument too. I feel like he's obviously saying that to put people at ease a bit more maybe about it. But yeah, obviously they have to do a U-turn with the whole Kang thing. I thought, fuck, where do we divert to now? I'm glad it's Doom, but I just wish they'd do it better. They still might do it in a way, and I love it. And I'm like, yeah, it ain't more Doctor Doom, but the way they did it was class. But
Like you say though, if there ain't like publicly in the kind of casual viewer, there's not a lot of weight in this character. You know what I mean? Will they do him justice, or is it like, oh, this will be a cool villain next?
well, I think the next one, Doomsday, will be about obviously him getting involved, maybe getting tangled up in timelines, and then the next one is Secret Wars, which he's also massively involved in. Um, so I think he's going to be around for a couple films that are based around him. So I feel like it would probably be a big moment. I don't think Spider Man, by the way, the end credit scene is going to be in Doomsday, but I think he's going to be in Secret Wars because of where he is. Um, yeah, I think there's going to be some characters killed off as well. Again, I think with Doom, I don't know who. I don't know who would really feel that impactful because obviously Tony Stark dying, he's the OG, you know what I mean? So it felt like hard when he died, and you know, with Captain America being old and kind of retiring and not being a thing, obviously he was another the ones of the OG, but
But
um,
like I
yeah,
said to you before, man, there's no real consequence to any character dying because they can come back. You know what I mean? Like Captain America fucked off and then came back old, and you're like, oh, that's a shame he's gone out of it, but now he's just back again, and now Robert Downey Jr. is kind of just back as well. Like, and when half the cast died, you're like, I mean, I was fucking a bit shocked because I was like, fucking hell, like a superhero movie without a happy ending. But uh, in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, but they're just gonna come back. Like, there's
true,
no real weight to it.
true, but there is like some knock-on effects and consequences. But Mark put in the chat speak about the end credit scene because he doesn't know what to make of it. I thought it didn't have to be at the very end of the credits for one. I thought that could have.
Remind me what it was. I can't really
It
remember it.
was where like the spider. It was just that's the thing as well. The thing about it is, it was just like it could have been done. Not saying that it was AI, but it could have just been done AI because there was no acting, there was no voice, nothing. It was like the Spider Tracker app,
Oh
just
yeah,
zooming
yeah.
off the world and just showing that he was like on a different planet type of thing. So it was a bit like whatever. Like it would have been good to maybe have that midway through the credits and then another thing at the end. So I think it was a little bit lackluster. But speaking to Stacey about it on the way back, she was like, "Yeah, it was a bit shit and stuff," and I was like, if you, it's one of them where if like me, where you know what that's implicating, it's kind of cool because everyone's here.
Because because for me it's not fucking Peter Parker's on a different planet. It's like there's another fucking Spider-Man or something out in the fucking universe somewhere, like a fucking just another Spider-Man.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
the same time, fucking Ned created that app on Earth, like how someone tagged someone fucking
that was
out
also
on a different
what I
planet.
was gonna say. Is like, how did it? How good's that fucking satellite, man?
Yeah,
The fact that it
who's
can
got a fucking who's on the iPhone 17 out in
again,
fucking
the only thing I can
like
think about
R5?
that is that, like, it's a place, it's a world where, like, it is like futuristic and there's Iron Man suits and Spider-Man technology. You know what I mean? It is like kind of futuristic. So you can sort of be like, yeah, maybe they've got like super satellites now in that universe, whatever. Like, but
It makes sense if Captain Marvel like pinged it or something, because she's kind of the most Earthling bitch that's flying around space all the time.
yeah, in known in the thing, there is more obviously, but they're not in the MCU at the moment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think Doomsday is gonna be good. Um, I'm liking the whole where Spider-Man's going. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be in Doomsday the way that they ended it and set it up. But
I
I think
I
he's
want
gonna
him
be
to
in there.
be
Yeah.
when he gets the fucking black eyes and stuff and the spiders taken over with his extra powers. Like I want him to be like more super strength and more fucking powerful and stuff like that, man. It's cool.
Yeah, those scenes were fucking cool. Like seeing him kind of fucking be like a spider Saiyan, like fucking just super
Yeah,
Saiyan. He goes
yeah.
in spider form. Like
Just punching people.
those are cool. Yeah, and like we spoke about it before going in there. I saw an interview with Tom Holland, and he said like there's a lot of finishes and stuff like inspiration taken from like the PlayStation games. I was like, oh, and then I saw them, and I was like, oh yeah, that's like some of the best things in terms of like Spider-Manery, if you will, were in this film. Like that, even that one part where he's like stretching, he's like, "Yeah, do you guys stretch? It's really good for you." And then like he like backflips over like a cop, springs him up the fence, and just webs him there in the spot. And I was like, that's fucking cool shit, man. That's like Spider-Man shit. Like that's like the game. Um, yeah,
I
moments
liked
like that I really liked, man.
yeah. I liked what were they called again? The hand.
The hand, yeah,
The yeah. I liked when she controlled all them at the same time, so they were kind of all in synchronicity. You know what I mean? Like they were all one conscience, so they all just attacked at the same time and fucking fought at the same time. It was cool.
yeah, it was cool. That scene where he like it's in the trailer as well, where they go to like stab him and his eyes go black and he like webs the sword and like rips it. Like that's a
Yeah,
fucking cool scene as well. And then obviously when he does like the spiral down, it just webs all them up. Like
yeah.
that's fucking cool. And there was a nice touch where I was like, like I like that where he because that dude, I can't remember his name now. He's a dude in the comics, like the black dude that captured Jean Grey. I can't remember, like Metzger or something like that. I can't remember his name. He's like a bad guy in the comics. He's not a good dude, but yeah. And then like Jean Grey's controlling the hand, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they've even made a contingency plan against you in case you went rogue to stop you." And then he swings his web, and then they've got like those like fucking like sound canisters, whatever, that like cancel his web out. Is to be like, yeah, see, like there's even plans against you, man. And
That's
then when
smart.
he's gone Super Saiyan a bit, and then he uses organic web, and it goes through it. I'm like, I see what you're doing, man. Yeah, I thought that was like
Yeah,
cool to show that
I
like he's
did like them
evolved.
bits. Yeah, I did like them bits. They were cool, man. Yeah, overall, man. Like I said to you in the cinema, though, I'm kind of gutted because he's come back and it's kind of fighting his way through not being known and gaining new friends and starting a new fucking arc. And I was like, man, I just want to see the next one now to see where he goes from here.
I don't think he gets back with MJ in that in there. I think they'll probably introduce Gwen Stacy, or they'll bring in like Black Cat or someone like that. I think, and that'll be his love interest because that those are also his love interests in
I thought he was
the
liking
comics.
Jean a bit.
Yeah, him and Jean Grey would be weird because her main story is that she gets with like Cyclops. So if they bring a Cyclops in there, it's crazy. Also, this is our third iteration of Jean Grey. You've got the one from the original X Men films, then you've got the one that played Sansa, Sophie Turner. She was also Jean Grey. And then you've got that Sadie Sink, but there's still only one Wolverine after all those years. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hugh Jackman
And
just
Blade.
stays jacked, man.
And Blade as well.
Well, there is another Blade, but they've been struggling to get that film off the ground for like 7 years, apparently.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's been a Blade film was meant to come out like 7 years ago. It's like I can't remember his name, like Mushari Allah or something like that. Like he's a known actor. He was in like the Luke Cage TV show as well. But he's a great actor, and he got cast as Blade like 7 years ago or something. And they just there's news about it maybe once a year saying like, yeah, like they've changed directors again. Like they've really struggled to get the Blade film going for some reason, but it was cast
Only
ages ago.
because in Deadpool Wolverine he says, don't he, like, oh, there's only ever going to be one Blade.
Yeah, which was a joke out of that.
Yeah.
Because they're struggling to get it off the ground. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, there should have been a Blade film ages ago. I hope they get that sorted, to be fair, because Blade's also a cool character.
Yeah. You seen that clip where he refused to open his eyes on that bed and the CGI'd his eyes?
Yeah, yeah. Where's this guy? Seems like a fucking awful person to be around. Like he just seems like a
Been to
prick.
jail a few times, hasn't he?
Yeah, tax fraud. I think he got done for. Apparently, him and Joe Rogan were going to fight once, and he backed out.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I like him now. He's calling White Men Can't Jump. He's calling Demolition Man. He's a bad guy. I like. Obviously, he's a sick blader. I think his acting's pretty fucking good.
yeah. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, it's cool in one of the Blades where it's just raining blood in the nightclub.
Yeah, that's one of the best openings of like a film of all time, man. Well, at the time, and maybe still people don't know that Blade's Marvel. You know what I mean? People don't realize that it is really. They just thought it was like a cool film about vampire, but that's a fucking Marvel character, and not really
Was
a
it Marvel
massive
back
one at the
then?
time either. It's always been Marvel.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't even know like if Stanley created Blade, but like he's officially like always been Marvel. Yeah,
Yeah, it's you get the odd series on the side, like Punisher and stuff that you wouldn't really know as Marvel. It was cool to see Frank in Spider-Man.
yeah. I thought he was good. I thought the chemistry between John Bernthal and Tom Holland were really good. Like you can tell they were like mates, sort of. You know what I mean?
He's
It rubbed
looking
off
in
the
Hot
screen.
Ones.
Yeah, he was the first one to also throw up on Hot Ones ever as well, wasn't he? Tom Holland on that
Yeah,
episode. Yeah.
but yeah, they seem really friendly um, on Hot Ones as well. Looks like they're the boys, man.
There was one point, I don't know if you went like, where, like that, and then like the film went quiet. You went, oh, that was really loud. That was when it or something like that. You went like, oh, that weren't as meant to be as loud as it was meant to be
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, the volume just went down on the film. I was like, oh, I just shouted that, don't
Yeah, like
I?
it changed scene, like it was loud, and maybe he was in the middle of New York and it was loud, and then it cut scenes where like he was just sat on a bed quiet or something. But in that transition moment, like no, wait, like the fucking Punisher thing, and then he went like halfway through, it just went dead quiet, and then he just turned to me and was like, "Oh yeah, that was a bit loud, wasn't it?"
Yeah, fucking volume change there. That was a bit low.
Yeah, yeah, I really liked it. I'm excited for the future of Marvel, which led me to think because the whole Secret Wars is what it's building in and up to is like a story where the universes, like all universes, which obviously Marvel have a lot of multiple ones, are all like ending. So like Doctor Doom makes a world called like Battle World and like puts like a bunch of fucking like multiple different dimensions of Earth on the same sort of like planet and just have them all fight. So that's when like the first introduced like Miles Morales and shit because he was like a Spider-Man from another universe just put on this and all that. And that's from like 70s or 80s, that original comic, but they did a re sort of run of it, like a telling of it in like 2015, and it was like a bunch of graphic novels leading up to it over years. So I think it was like an Avengers one, then they did like a new Avengers one, and then it was like the Avengers End of Time, and then it was like the Secret Wars, and that spanned for a whole year. Um, and when that Secret Wars came out, I didn't read all the Avengers story and stuff before that was leading into it, but I saw that they were redoing Secret Wars, so I read like the first two issues that they released, and I think they released like one a month or something like that. And I read the first two, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wait till this is all out," and then I just never bothered with it, and that was like 2015 or whatever. And then obviously you owed me money from the cinema, and then I realized that you sent it me the other day, and I was on my Kindle app and I saw like of the whole omnibus of the whole run of that like beginning of the Avengers thing to this end of sequel. I was like, I never got to that, and it was like 30 quid. I was like, technically, because that money was already gone to me, it's free. So
Yeah,
I bought that to be fair to do a run of it to just because the Spider-Man film hyped me up to thinking like, let me read that actually, let me fucking see what, and I can already see what inspiration the Marvel universe have took from it just reading it that I've been reading for the past like 24 hours. I'm like, that they did that kind of similar. That's like in Endgame, that is, but they changed this part of it. Like I can see the inspiration building into it already, and I think it's like 832 pages, and I'm already like 137 pages in because I'm just loving it. But yeah, I've even like bought a fucking £30 omnibus to like read through it, man, because I'm excited for some Doctor Doom shit. But I just know it ain't gonna be the same Doom for me, man.
I think they do a decent job of satisfying the hardcore comic fucking nerds and making it an easy enough watch as well for casuals.
James Gunn's good for it. Who does the Guardians of the Galaxy? He was also did it in the Superman because he's a big nerd himself. So he puts some little Easter eggs, like things that don't really affect the film, but they're there for like if you know, you know, like oh that's cool, like a little sign on a license plate or something. Like oh that's that. Like he's good at putting them little fucking if you know, you know type of moments in there. And yeah, I agree. This Spider-Man film was directed by a different director. The first film was by a guy called John Watts. Can't remember what this dude's called now, but it's the same guy that directed Shang-Chi. You can see, you know what I mean? You can see how good the fighting looks and that. So it's cool to see like Spider-Man even take a new direction and it still look good. I thought his swinging looked good as well. Like uh, that's what a lot of people say they love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man 4 because the swinging scenes are fucking excellent in that, and I do agree they are. But
I like
I,
the swinging was a lot more raw and like visceral in this one
it
because
was.
it was like as if he had a body cam on or something and he was really swinging. The effects were fucking cool on it.
Yeah, like that's what people criticize, like the John Watts, like his first trilogy for that his swinging didn't look as good and fluid. No, I thought it was good. I've always thought his swinging looked good, but you can see now it's a different director how they visualize like the swinging is like, oh, it looks like different in a good way though. It looks like, oh yeah, I see what he's doing there.
What's your favorite? What would you say is your favorite out of the whole fucking series from like first Captain America to this one?
Out of all the Marvel films, my favorite one.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that is tough because I like a lot of them for like different reasons, but I think out of enjoyability, the first Deadpool's up there. When that first came out, that was fucking class. I love Deadpool as well. Read a lot of his comics coming up as a teenager, and that I'm a big fan of Deadpool. So to see him get his due and be Ryan Reynolds be such a good fan and give love to the character, I was like, oh, that's fucking cool that they got away with it doing a Deadpool film and rated 18 and that. And then Civil War, I think, was my number one for a bit. Obviously, the introduction of Spider Man in it, and I thought it's all cool because the Civil War comics are some of the big ones. Some of my favorites as well that I've read back in the day. So I was like, oh, it's cool that they're doing this and introducing like a Spider Man and doing all this. I love Endgame, love Infinity War, but I think yeah, I think it's the Spider-Man films, man. I don't know which one in particular. I think the first one, Homecoming, I watched a lot. I think I went to cinema twice to see that one too. Went to cinema twice to see No Way Home as well. So they're up there for me. Obviously, to put Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in it as well was cool to have the moments like that. Um, yeah, I think also Captain America: Winter Soldier is also up there for me as one of my favorite Marvel films as well. That one's a class film, man. I don't think Captain America gets it. He's kind of underrated, but he's not really. But I think Captain America is like a slept-on character almost. I think he's cool, man.
You got to nail a single movie for me, man.
I I don't think in terms of impact, what it meant, and all that type of stuff. Endgame. It's got to be
Mm.
Avengers Endgame, in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is obviously a solid one. There are some fucking good ones with just mental visuals as well, like Mark just said in the chat, Ragnarok. Like that did have some fucking cool scenes in it. And when you've got Midgard and stuff like that as well, like you can just add such colourful, spacey stuff out there, man.
That's why Guardians of the
And
Galaxy always look beautiful as well, in it, like
yeah,
visually.
I think it's fucking Shang-Chi for me. Just out of enjoyment and the visuals and the setting, like the Asian kind of fucking setting. And just the powerful feeling and the fucking boom of the bass of like the rings hitting people and stuff.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed
satisfying.
the whole setting of it, man. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really cool.
Shang-Chi's cool. Another one, another big one for me as well, and I loved, and it's probably maybe in my top five, and that is Black Panther as well, the first one. Fucking love Black Panther. I think he's a cool character as well. I love T'Challa. He's cool. Black Panther, I think, is a cool just character. He looks badass. He is badass. I think that Chadwick Boseman, I think he nailed him into shame. He couldn't do
He's
any
gonna be
more.
he's gonna be good in the third one, isn't
Chadwick Boseman.
he? Yeah,
Yeah, he's playing the fucking corpse.
yeah.
Like one of them that like are under his sheet in like fucking CSI and that.
Yeah. In the morgue. Fucking Wakanda morgue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to nail a specific one because I like there's some that I just like because I think good films, but there's some that I like because of just how they look, like moments in it, like even like in Infinity War when Thor lands on Wakanda and he goes like, "Bring me Thanos," and he's like, all the sky goes dark and lighter, and like that's fucking cool as shit. Like, there's moments in a lot of them that are fucking like, oh, that's class, that's straight ripped from a comic or whatever. And
But
yeah,
for visuals and pure fucking just cinema, like fucking Multiverse of Madness for me. I like
it's a
just
good
all the
one.
different universes and the fucking all the different effects and shit they go through, and yeah, that was a good fucking film, man. I liked him.
I think most of them are good. I think I don't think the second one is notoriously like the Dark World is notoriously the what people look down upon the most in in the series of them all. And like, yeah, it does feel the weakest compared to them, everyone else. Um, but yeah, I don't think they've really made bad films. They've made like mediocre ones, but you're comparing those to like the top, of like an end game. So when you're gonna have like the Marvels, which I actually liked. I don't think it's like a great fucking film compared to them, but if you're just watching it as a film, it is good. Like I don't think they've actually made a bad movie. I just think the weaker ones look weak because of what their peak also looks like. You know what I mean? I think it's hard to compare them to stuff. But if that was the first movie of a superhero film that came out, regardless of which one you choose, like you'd probably like, oh fuck, this looks good. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah,
just because you're comparing it to the an Iron Man one, which you can't really.
yeah, and when it becomes a journey towards an end goal, a lot of them films don't really put you any further along the storyline, do they? So it's like, oh, that was just a film. It didn't really give me any progress on where the fucking films are heading.
Well, as someone who, some comic stuff, and over the years, like I said, like, oh, in the comics, this happens, whatever, but like, what are you, as like someone who's mostly Marvel stuff, who's from the MCU, like most people's are, to be fair, I think at this point as well. Like, where do you want the story to go? Like, what do you want to see from certain characters? Who
Yeah,
wouldn't you want to die as well?
it's a weird because the obviously the beginning of it all was all introductory. Every film you watch is a new character, so you've got to get used to new people coming in, friendships building, but
Yep.
they're all established now. So it's kind of just let's just keep fighting the next enemy that comes up as the gang that we currently are. So I couldn't even guess what kind of direction it'd go in. I don't think I want a full refresh of all the characters, like old ones go out, new ones come in. I don't know. I don't
But
really know what.
that has got to happen eventually. I mean, even the actors just get old. You know what I mean? At the same time,
Yeah,
so.
and yeah, it's probably gonna fucking carry on going forever. But yeah, I just want cool visuals and good fights, and
Is there anyone in the universe that isn't in there yet that you want to see come into it at some point?
I think I want Deadpool in the main line of films.
I think a lot of people want that. I'd like that as well. I'd like to see Spider-Man and Deadpool's like quips together. I think that would be
Could
funny.
just imagine Deadpool like breaking the fourth wall, and the other characters just being like, "What the fuck's who's he talking to?"
Yeah, they've got to do that. They might even be doing that in Doomsday and Secret Wars. To be fair, for me, in my direction, just for my personal wants, I want more X-Men. I want more mutants. Jean Grey's a foot in the door. Again, they're doing it a little bit differently, which I can take it on the chin a little bit, maybe. But I want to see like obviously I know Channing Tatum's back as Gambit and stuff like that, but I want to see. I love Hugh Jackman, and if he's happy to keep doing Wolverine, fine. But I want to see like a young Cyclops. I want to see a young Wolverine come into it and be in it for a few films and mixed in. And
Cyclops is sick, yeah.
yeah,
Is it
I want X
or
Men.
the fast Quicksilver? Is he the fast guy?
Yeah, Quicksilver. Yeah,
I like him.
he's been in the Marvel universe. He died in Age of Ultron.
Oh,
He was Wanda's sister. I mean brother. In Age of Ultron. He's the fast dude. That's
don't remember him. Don't
yeah,
remember him doing that.
yeah, and he gets shot and
That's
like
my
he
pick.
dies. Yeah,
What
yeah.
fucking
He's been. I mean, they could do a different version of him, a different universe version or whatever. But yeah, he's already kind of been and gone in the universe,
Quicksilver.
unfortunately. Yeah, yeah. He gets shot up. Hawkeye fucking is there with him. And he gets lit up, man. He gets like bullet holes because he like saves a bunch of. He saves like a family. It's when like on Age of Ultron where the Earth he gets like picked up and they're like on it before like they slam it back down and like they're getting people off there and all the fucking android robots are on there and shit. Age of
I'd like
Ultron is a bit of a weak film as well.
I'd like Cable back in
Yeah, I like Cable as a character. Yeah, I wouldn't mind
with,
Cable.
with Josh Brolin as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool.
Good.
I'm excited to see where it goes. And even like where the DCU is going as well. Like I'm a James Gunn fan. I think the first Superman that he did was good. The second one from the set leaks, like um, they've got Lex Luthor in his big green like mech suit that he wears like in the comics and the games and that, and that's cool that they're finally doing that. So I'm excited to see where he goes with the Superman thing. But he didn't do Supergirl, even though she's part of that universe, and I don't think that was very good. So I'm a bit like, let's not fuck this too early, man. But I want DC to also have because DC have got some fucking cool characters, man. Like some that rival like some of the biggest like Marvel characters, and I don't want them to let it slip because obviously Marvel's Marvel, and you're never gonna top it. But it's all DC's looked at like you know what I mean. No one really wants to give it a fucking chance because Marvel's just so good. But I think if you gave it a chance and they did some of these characters justice, like I don't know, man, you got some class material on your hands. Like even
I
Batman.
think I think Marvel's easier to watch in it for casual fans, where DC's a lot darker and a bit more intelligent, like in depth sort of.
Yeah, I'd argue. I mean, there's some daft DC characters that I guess are more for kids, but yeah, I mean, I think Superman's for kids. Like Superman's for everyone. Batman, yeah, you've got to do a little bit darker, and I want a darker Batman personally. It is better because his story is
Like
dark.
Michael B. Jordan or someone.
No, not like
Oh, okay.
that. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it would bother me. I think if they changed the ethnicity of a character and they made it
Batman.
the character, like if it was like a fucking Asian Bruce Wayne or something, I'd be angry about that because Bruce Wayne's not Asian. Like, but if you're gonna do a Batman that's an Asian Batman, but he's just taking up the moniker of Batman, then I'm okay with that. Like, but I think you've got to make him a different character, like a Miles Morales. You know what I mean? He's Spider Man, but he's Miles Morales. He's not like Peter Parker, and then he's a black kid. Like, I don't want that either. Like, give them the dues, man. Like, just make a fucking new character. Like, because then you're fucking over the fans, and then you're making a character to just appease to an audience rather than actually give a shit about a certain culture by making a character for them. You know what I mean? It's kind of a slap to both sides, I think.
You know, I would fucking vote in if I could. Moon Knight, man.
Yeah, apparently he's also going to be in Doomsday.
I fucking enjoyed Moon Knight, man, in the series. Really
Yeah,
liked it.
the Loki series is
Weird,
really good as well.
weird and quirky. Apparently, the fucking Loki season is really quite important for Doomsday in it because he becomes the new timekeeper sort of geezer.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like because Thor thinks he's dead. So I'm excited to see like Thor fucking reconnect with him because he's even got like him tattooed on his back.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't remember in Thor: Love and Thunder. He like takes like his
And
shirt off and it shows like his
then watch it.
back. You didn't watch it?
Nah, it got
it
flamed up, man. I didn't want to bother with it.
it's the worst in the Thor. Maybe it's not as bad as number two, but it did feel very like almost like those commercials that try and sell like mops and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the infomercials. It kind of felt like advert sort of humor. It was too much humor. But they nailed it perfectly in Ragnarok, where it was like a mix of humor and the sort of like seriousness of the film. But I feel like they went way too much into the humor, and it just felt like a kind of bit of a joke of itself.
I
Uh,
just copied my beard.
yeah, yeah. Thor's a cool. Like, I'm happy for Thor to be like a bit of a joke character, but you've also got to give his badass moments because he's fucking badass. You know what I mean? He's got a thunder. Like he's cool as
Yeah,
shit.
like
Doris.
fucking takes the power of a fucking star in that forge.
Yeah, man. Like give him more cool moments. But again, even like in game, like they made him fat and stuff like that. Like I'm happy for a joke and for that fat Thor, but like let's make Thor a fucking badass again as well. Like they did it to Hulk. I want Thor, and it looks like he is in this because in the trailers of Doomsday, he's like scared. He was like, "Man, I've fought many of foes, but nothing scares you like Doom and all that type of stuff." Like it's cool to see Thor scared because it's like, oh, Doom's gonna be fucking hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be fun in December. And like I said, I think I'm gonna go to a viewing if they do it where it's gonna be Endgame and then it's gonna be Doomsday after. So it's like a
I'm down for
6 hour
that.
thing. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking mad one, but I think it's gonna be cool, man. And Endgame's a class film anyway, man. I'll watch it again anyway.
I've probably watched it 4 times.
I've watched it a few because I've gone through and watched the Marvel Universe like all the way through a couple times as well. So every time I get to it, it's like, oh, Endgame now, like this is good. Infinity War is a fucking class film as well. To be fair, both of them, they're always a great time, man.
Yeah. We just spoke about Marvel for like a full hour.
I could do it for even longer though, man. I fucking love it.
Should we fucking snap it there?
Let's snap it there.
See what I did?
Nope.
You didn't get it, did you? What episode was that? 45?
44.
4.
Yeah, getting there.
Yeah. Sweet, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast.